So now we come to the another important spices commonly used in India. A very important spice, that is cinnamon. Okay, its scientific name is Cinnamomum zeylanicum, and of course this is the author name. Now the family it belongs this cinnamon. Okay, the cinnamon, it belongs to the family Lauraceae, and it has vernacular names such as darchini or dalchini. Now, coming to the introduction, we have the cinnamon. It is one of the oldest known spices. Okay, it is one of the oldest known spices, and the true cinnamon, it is also referred to as the Ceylon. And cinnamon is the dried bark of the Cinnamomum zeylanicum, which is the scientific name of cinnamon. And this particular crop spices, it is native of Sri Lanka, and in India it is grown in the Nilgiris, the South Kanara, the Malabar, the Assam, and the Kumon. And coming to the plant description, the trees here, the cinnamon, the trees, they attain a height of about 8 to 12 meter. Okay, they attain a height of about 8 to 12 meters, and it is an evergreen tree. All right, it is an evergreen tree, and in cultivation it is coppiced or cut back. Okay, it is cut back to a height of about 2 meters. Okay, during cultivation. Now the leaves of the plant of the cinnamon tree, they are highly aromatic, and they are about 12 to 17 centimeter long. Okay, the leaves are about 12 to 17 centimeter long, and they are dark glossy green above and lighter beneath. As you can see here, some of the leaves above, they are dark glossy green, but below they are lighter in color. Okay, and the flowers of the cinnamon trees, they are actually small yellow. As you can see here, they are small yellow and inconspicuous, developing into dark purple, ovoid, and one-seeded berries. Okay, dark purple and ovoid, one-seeded berries. As you can see, these berries, they are about 1.5 to around 2.5 centimeter long. So next we have the soil and climatic condition required for growing the cinnamon trees. This plant is a hardy plant which can very well grow in almost all type of soils, alright, under a wide variety of tropical conditions. And the quality of the bark is highly influenced by the soil as well as other ecological factors during cultivation. And in Sri Lanka, which is the major cinnamon growing country in the world, the plants, they are usually cultivated on white sandy soil. But this plant, as I had mentioned, it can grows in a wide variety in different types of soils and a wide variety of tropical conditions. So the sandy or siliceous soil with an admixture of humus are considered to be ideal for cinnamon cultivation, in order to obtain the best plant with the best quality. The sandy or siliceous soil which has a mixture of humus are considered to be ideal for obtaining the best quality. Now the sheltered situations up to an altitude of 800 to 1000 meters, receiving an annual rainfall of about 200 to 250 centimeter, they are considered to be good for the cinnamon crop. Now propagation of cinnamon is usually done by seed. Okay, so the easiest and the most widely adopted method of propagation is by seed, and it can also be propagated by other methods such as by planting, cutting, and also layers. And the cinnamon fruits, they are usually ripen in the month of July to August, and the fruits, they fall down when they become fully ripe, and the fleshy berries, they are left in heaps in the shade to soften and rot, and the mass is then trampled, and the pulp-free seeds, they are washed and they are dried in the shade. These seeds, they are sown without much delay as they have a short period of viability. Okay, and the nursery is raised in a suitable spot in the soil which is rich in organic matter. Now coming to this is also the part of cultivation, where the place is dug well twice or thrice, and the soil is broken to powder and made loose, making it altogether free from stones, root beds, etc. Okay, so the soil should be broken down to powder and clean. And also the germination of seed, it occurs in about 20 days after sowing. The beds, it have to be provided with artificial shade, as in the case of cardamom. If you remember, proper shade is very essential for growing the cinnamon as well. So and also by watering regularly. The shade should continue until the plants, they are about 12 centimeter long. Okay, and the shade, they are removed gradually, okay, from the shade. And transplanting is best done when the plants, okay, when the seedlings, they are about 10 to 12 months old. Okay, when the plant is about 10 to 12 months old, then transplanting is done. Now the planting of cinnamon is done. These seedlings, they are transplanted when they are about 12 months old, and the planting is done in ideal weather conditions, so it is preferably in the month of June to July. And the harvesting, there are two regular cutting seasons in South India, okay, which is more or less synchronized with the two monsoon seasons. So the appropriate time for cutting the shoots for peeling is determined with reference to the circulation of sap between the wood and the corky layer. So this is the proper time for harvesting, and the sap flow and the time for peeling, they are judged by the peelers by making a test cut on the stem with a sharp knife. Now if the bark, it separates readily, then the cutting is recommended immediately. Okay, so the shoots, they should be at least 2 years growth with a bark having a uniform brown color, and should have attained a length of 1 to 1.25 meter and the thickness of not less than 1.25 centimeter. So the shoots which satisfy all these requirements, they are cut and they are bundled after the leaves and the terminal shoots have been removed. So the leaf and the terminal shoots should be removed, and these cuttings, they are bundled together. Okay, so next the cutting is then followed by scraping and peeling operations. Now the peeling is a specialized operation peculiar to this industry, which requires some skill, all right, and considerable experience, and it is done by specially made knife which has a small and round pointed end with a projection on one side to facilitate ripping of the bark. And the peeler, it takes the cut shoots one by one, and after scraping the outer skin, first makes a longitudinal slit from one end to the other, then walking the knife between the bark is ripped quickly. The twigs cut in the morning are peeled on the same day. The peeled slips are gathered and kept overnight under the shade for what is called fermentation. However, while no real fermentation process developed during the course of the night, a little softening of the bark does occur, with the result that peels become more easy and liable for ensuring piping operation. Now the bark, as it dries, it contracts and assumes the shape of a pipe, otherwise known as a quill. Now I had shown this on my first slide, if you remember. This is the so you can see here, this is referred to as the quills. It is actually the bark. These are the cuttings from the bark of the cinnamon trees known as the quills. And also, as you can see, the cutting is done when the tree is uniformly brown in color, and when the bark it comes off easily, then the cutting is usually done during that time. So next we have the smaller quills or the pipes. Just now I had shown to you, they are inserted into larger ones to form compound quills. And they are arranged systematically end to end in length of about 90 centimeter. Now the quills, they are either rolled by hand when they are soft and fresh, and after rolling they are dried on mats in the shade. And the drying process, it usually lasts for about 2 to 5 days depending upon the weather condition and the type of the bark. When the drying is complete, the bark is collected and packed in bundles of different grades for trade. So now they are ready. Now the yield of cinnamon from 1 hectare of cinnamon plantation after attaining the proper yielding stage is about 200 to 350 kg of bark, and also 2 to 3 kg of leaf oil per year on an average. Remember that from the cinnamon leaf also we can extract oil, which has a very important property, just as in the case of the cardamom. So now the chemical here also, it shows the chemical composition of the cinnamon. That is the nutrients. It has all these essential nutrients: moisture, protein, fat, fiber, carbohydrates, then calcium, phosphorus, all these, and also different vitamins. And you can see here that the cinnamon leaf oil, it equals to the clove oil in eugenol content. Alright, because we know that the clove oil also, it has this eugenol, which is an aromatic oily liquid, a chemical compound, which is also known as a clove oil. And we know that this oil is used for flavoring foods and teas, and also it acts as a herbal oil to treat the toothache, and also rarely it is used to treat the gastrointestinal and also the respiratory complaint. So this cinnamon leaf oil, also the oil which is obtained from the leaf of cinnamon, they are equal to the clove oil in eugenol content, about 70 to 95%. And excuse me, we have the last part we have the last part, that is the uses of cinnamon. Now cinnamon is generally used as a spice or ingredients of curry powder, and it is used as a spice or condiments in curries, similar and other food preparations. And this one also, it has a medicinal property. It is used in medicine as a cordial stimulant, and it is used in bowel complaints such as dyspepsia, that is trouble in digesting food, then diarrhea, vomiting, and This powder cinnamon is a reputed remedy for diarrhea and as well as dysentery, and the bark also yield oil. Okay, not only the leaf but the bark of the tree also yield oil, of which the chief constituent is this cinnamic aldehyde. Now, cinnamic aldehyde is an organic compound, okay, which gives the cinnamon its flavor and odor. So we can obtain oil from the bark also, which has this compound, the organic compound cinnamic aldehyde. So these are the different important uses of cinnamon plant.